it turned out that the pharmacist was dyslexic, like all along, the pharmacist was. So it turns out you could be a serial killer and not even know it. Oh, hi, hello, and welcome to The Jib. This bi-weekly podcast is about the many and varied schemes of the many and varied US law enforcement and intelligence agencies, organizations, and committees, and how they are stupid and funny. Join us on our, Timmy, calm down there. Join us on our merry journey through space and time. Hi, I'm Barry, and the cops told me in my town, and at least in Ireland, I was the only person who's ever been arrested 3 times in one day for 3 separate crimes without being charged with anything.
Oh, I'm intrigued now. What were the...
Mostly public disorder stuff.
Oh, okay.
I was given hassle to some pro-life fuckers,
Going after the fash. How dare you?
Yeah. But I wasn't charged with anything, so it's okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I'm Seamus, and despite what you're going to be hearing in the coming weeks, I'm telling you it was mutual combat. So
It was mutual what?
Mutual combat. It was
Mutual combat.
Self-defense, pure and simple.
Oh.
So don't listen to that bitch,
She crazy.
Well, I didn't say it was a she.
Okay.
So you're being specific.
Sorry, that homosexual guy is crazy that you beat up. Okay, well, that's a hate crime you just admitted to, but that's all right. Okay.
I know. It's mutual combat.
Mutual combat hate crime. Okay. That's all right. Don't worry. No. It's okay.
Barry, you're trying to get me accused of things.
You said bitch. That's like gay slang. So yeah.
Oh, you can call a dude bitch, whether they're gay or straight or whatever.
How very progressive of you.
That's right.
It's not a hate crime then. It's mutual combat. I've never heard of mutual combat before.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. That should be like a plea in court. I plead mutual combat. Well, we're not here to discuss the hate crimes of Seamus.
Asshole. No. Today we're going to be talking about. Well, we kind of addressed some of this situation before in a previous episode. Before I get into it, my primary. You'll figure this out real quick. My primary sources for this episode are. Useful Enemies by John Demajunk? Jen Junk? Sure, anyways.
Already.
Yeah, America's Open Door Policy for Nazi War Criminals and The Nazi Next Door by Eric Luchblatt.
We did Operation Paperclip.
That's right. As Barry covered in our episode, Operation Paperclip, after the defeat, and in some cases prior to, that of Nazi Germany, America was in a race against the USSR to grab up useful Nazis for their own. And also... FBI director and returning champ J. Edgar Hoover decided he wanted him some of his own Nazis,
Of course he did.
So each Nazi collaborator that his agents stumbled upon or learned about from the CIA or other sources were both potential spy and potential anti-communist leaders. Okay. Once they were discovered, Hoover sought them out, used them, and protected them. He had no interest in reporting alleged Nazi war criminals to the INS, the Immigration Naturalization Services, the Justice Department, or the State Department for possible deportation or extradition.
This is straight after 1945, right?
Yep.
Okay.
He appeared smug in his simplest divisions of Americans into shady categories of bad guys and good guys, communists and anti-communists.
Yeah.
You know how that rolls, right?
Yeah.
Hoover was careful about the number of former Nazis or Nazi collaborators he placed on the FBI payroll. If Congress or its investigative arm, the Government Accountability Office, ever insisted on a tally, he would say with a straight face that there were only a handful paid confidential sources and informants.
Lies.
Yep. But if one adds the war criminals he informally cultivated and used in a number of ranges well into the hundreds. So he had quite a few Heil Hitler Nazi goose-stepping motherfuckers. However, the FBI knew the identities, addresses, backgrounds, up to thousands of alleged Nazis and Nazi collaborators on whom he had filed, but did not report to those agencies. Sorry?
How do you keep track of them? Do you no record of them at all?
Well, there are files, but we'll get to some of that. So that's okay. By 42 through 43, the FBI are already considered how Nazi intelligence assets could be, quote, repurposed, unquote, for the purpose of post-war struggle against the Soviet Union, the real threat.
Yeah.
Hoover's Bureau vetted immigrants and deliberately suppressed evidence of war crimes to allow their admission. The internal FBI memos from 46 to 47 reveal Hoover's directives to conceal, quote, unfavorable backgrounds. When assessed were deemed, quote, of benefit to the Bureau or the national interest. So, yeah. FBI's Nazi ties began to come under scrutiny via the Church Commission, which,
Yes.
which was 75, 76.
We love the Church
Investigated.
Commission.
Yep. The U.S. intelligence abuses revealing fragments of the Bureau involvement in protecting war criminals. Further revelations came about in the 1980s when the newly created Office of Special Investigations, which I'll be calling OSI from this point on,
Cool.
within the Department of Justice began prosecuting ex-Nazis living in the U.S.
Oh.
Internal FBI correspondence uncovered during these cases revealed decades of obstruction and assistance. So,
But just from Hoover's office, not from the FBI or the CIA.
well, I think both at that point. There was, some of this came out.
The CIA was working with Hoover on this.
Right. I mean, he helped.
I thought he was working in the dark, though. No.
No, because I mean, he would get intel from them on them. Although we do know that the CIA and the FBI, especially via Hoover, were not always on the same page. And
Like they can't be happy. The CIA cannot be happy about that.
No. So.
Right.
But anyways, we'll talk about our first hero, and he is also a returning champion. He is, I believe, the only person that you brought up in Paperclip. One of the most notorious cases was the recruitment of General Reinhard Gehlen, Hitler's former intelligence chief on the Eastern Front. In 1945, Gehlen surrendered to U.S. forces and offered his vast intelligence files on the Soviet Union. While the CIA is most often associated with Gehlen, the FBI also made use of a spy network. Hoover exchanged information with Gehlen's organization through intermediaries and recruiting several ex-Nazi agents for domestic counterintelligence. So basically, he helped them get other Nazis, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
They recruited him because he had a network.
Yep.
And they just left him in Germany and let him do his network.
No, I believe he was brought back here, wasn't he?
How would he control the network from here?
I don't have that. That's somebody else that I know for sure did something similar. But he might have stayed in the opposite block.
And they used his Nazi network to hunt down other Nazis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but also to recruit them, not just hunt them down.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because you want the assets, right?
Yeah.
And he did that for both CIA and FBI.
Of course he did.
So according to declassified records in 1949, the FBI received reports directly sourced from Gehlen's men about supposed communist infiltration in the U.S. immigration communities.
Oh, he gave them information about communists.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a different
But he
thing.
also hooked them up with other Nazis. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, but that's him as an older man there.
Oh, he doesn't look so threatening there, does he?
No.
Gehlen.
Somebody autographed it. Oh, cool.
Yeah, 1974.
Yeah.
Tell them you've met the German spy master, Hitler's intelligence chief. I'm not going to tell him that. Oh, no.
So now we have the case of Klaus Barbie, not Ken's buddy. Yep, the Butcher of Lyon.
Yeah.
Demonstrates the FBI's complicity. After the war, Barbie was recruited by U.S. counterintelligence for anti-communist expertise. By 1951, when French authorities sought his extradition, the CIC and FBI facilitated escape via rat lines.
Barbie.
Before and after?
That's before and after,
brother. Or after and before, rather.
Yeah, one.
So, via rat lines to Bolivia, so they got him to Bolivia. FBI documents show that Hoover's office was informed of Barbie's value as a, quote, reliable informant on communist subversives.
Okay.
Yeah. During the 1950s, the FBI actively cultivated relationships in the Eastern European fascist regimes and immigrants, many of whom had collaborated with Nazis. These groups were deployed in Hoover's campaign against the U.S. communists.
I'm surprised that the Nazis hadn't liquidated all the communists by now.
Right.
Like he has a load of information on communists operating in Germany, but he didn't do anything about it?
Yeah.
What kind of Nazi is he? He's a half-assed milquetoast Nazi, this guy.
So our next guy is Mykola Lebed. He's a Ukrainian nationalist. That's him.
Oh, he looks Ukrainian, doesn't he? Always had Schleswig as his secret code name.
Yeah. So he was a nationalist.
Mustache there.
Yeah, right. That's It's a pencil thin mustache.
Yeah.
He was implicated in ethnic massacres during the war.
Oh, jeez.
Ray settled in the U.S. in '49 with the help of the CIA and FBI. Hoover personally approved the use of Lepid as a special informant against left-wing Ukrainian Americans. Good times. Former Nazi propagandists were entitled to monitor German Americans for signs of communist activities by shielding their individuals. The FBI not only ignored their war crimes, but rewarded them with citizenship and protection.
But this is one of those guys.
Yep. And there
Okay.
he is as an older man.
Oh, they all look so nice when they're older guys, don't they?
Yeah, nice and distinguished,
Fred said that Telio komititeti gos bezopasnosti pri Sovieta, that means Russian, ministry, Ukrainian.
For a second, I thought you were trying to, unleash Cthulhu or something there.
No, I'm trying to read my Russian. I can read the letters, but I don't know what any of them mean. A CCP just means the Soviet Socialist Republic, right?
Yep. All right, so our next champion, another awesome dude. During the war, Belarusian.
There's another thing. His name is his name here is Tovarimi Nekichenko. Do you see the Chenko at the end? The kind of EHKO. If you see Chenko at the end of a Russian guy's name, it means he's Ukrainian.
Well, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Our next person is Belarusian.
They're the worst.
John boy.
Let me tell you about Belarusians. Jesus Christ.
Okay. How do you pronounce this, Barry? Avdzej.
Avzdej, yeah. Avzdej.
Okay, we're just gonna call him John because that's yeah. I mean, it is his first.
Yes, we are. We're gonna call him John.
Yeah. That's this guy before and after.
But they're harmless when they're old, and they're young.
Right?
They have a hint of the menace about them when they're younger.
Yeah.
Though.
He had been installed as a Nazi puppet mayor in western Belarus, once part of Poland. His first mayoral job was to rid the district of Poles.
Does he look like Brezhnev if he got his eyebrows cut?
Yes, he does.
If he got his eyebrows cut, he looks like Brezhnev.
As a first step, he gave the Gestapo a list of 120 Polish intelligentsia that included journalists, professors, priests, and former military officers.
Well, so not even communists, just clever people.
Yeah, according to recently declassified intelligence files. Then he took part in their execution, as well as the murder of thousands of Jews under political jurisdiction.
Leave the Jews alone.
Yeah. I believe the documentary film Come and See is going to show you most of the things I'm going to. Oh, have you ever seen it?
It's rough.
It is rough.
Don't tell people.
It is rough. I did enjoy it.
He killed a bunch of Jews. Okay, that's the end of that.
Yeah, I did enjoy the film for cinematic reasons, and I kind of finally understood what the ending was about. But anyways, that's a whole.
Nowhere in Europe it was flushed of Jews worse than Poland and Belarus and Ukraine.
Yeah. Whenever anybody brings up Schindler's List, Schindler's List is a fine film, but Come and See is, I think, if you really want to understand how bad it fucking was. You know what I mean? That's just
you
fucking.
You couldn't imagine things. You don't need to see that.
Yeah. Anyways,
it was bad.
Yeah, much like the descriptions of the things I'm going to be reading now. The Polish Home Army condemned him to death in absentia. The United States was responsible for bringing John to America in '61. Internal memos.
Wait, did you say Poland sentenced him to death?
Yes.
Okay, go.
For all the murdering and whatnot. Yeah. So, actually, the next guy's probably worse than this guy, but he's still pretty fucking bad. Anyways,
come and see more.
I lost my place. In '61, the FBI memo noted that John's wartime activities may have been pro-German, but his anti-communist posture justified his protection.
Yeah, but his pro-war activities were also anti-communist.
Yes.
Jesus. Yes. I was joking about Belarusians, but Belarusians are fine.
Yeah. In '84, he was charged with visa fraud.
In 1984?
Yep. Okay. Facing trial and possible extradition for war crimes, John voluntarily left the U.S. for West Germany, where he died a free man in 1998.
For visa fraud, that's such a low-rent thing to get him on for a war criminal, yeah.
Yeah. So this is the guy that's probably up there with Come and See. Laszlo Og. He was a... Huh?
Show me.
If you want to see a picture of Laszlo.
Yes,
I think
Oh my God.
that's the only photo I could find.
I'm afraid of him already.
Yeah. Uh, yeah.
Jesus.
Wartime member of the Hungarian Arrow Cross,
Of course, yeah.
an anti-Semitic group of fascists responsible for the murder of 10,000 to 15,000 Hungarian Jews,
Jews, yeah.
and the deportation of Auschwitz of another 80,000.
80,000.
80.
That's
80.
too many Jews.
Yeah. Yep.
Leave the Jews alone.
Yep. According to 12 eyewitnesses, Og had personally rounded up and imprisoned, tortured, and killed hundreds of Hungarian Jews. The torture included forced calisthenics to the point of unconsciousness, burial in the ground up to the neck until death, orders to jump on ground studded with partially buried bayonets.
Oh, God.
Yep.
I just got a mental picture.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I'm just gonna go on a limb. As a kid, I think he took the fucking wings off of flies and shit. You know what I mean? This is like a guy who gets bored when he's killing things.
You know what, Seamus? If I hated Jews, and I don't, but if I hated Jews, my response to that would be to stay the hell away from them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't fucking hunt them down.
Yeah.
What the shit is wrong with these people?
Yep. Og intrigued Hoover.
Oh, fuck me.
A bitterly anti-communist leader had fallen into his lap.
Yeah, I know he did.
Jaeger couldn't be happier.
Yeah,
At 55, the FBI placed Og on his payroll as a confident informant,
Oh my God.
a Hungarian-American groups, especially leftist immigrants.
In the fucking Hague.
Yep. Incinerator. According to the declassified records, the FBI suppressed evidence of Og's Arrow Cross connections. When immigrated, authorities raised questions. Later,
Wait, what cross connections?
the Arrow Cross, that was the...
Yes. So Hungarian...
The fascist group, yeah. Later, the INS began to investigate Og. FBI refused to cooperate. Hoover actually blocked his FBI agent from testifying about what Og had admitted to.
Is that not contempt?
Yep, which killed any possibility of Hogg being deported. And
But the FBI agent would have been arrested then.
You would think. He also allowed... Well, he just didn't cooperate.
The Department of Justice does not answer to the FBI.
Well, when Hoover was around, they did.
When Hoover was around, they did.
Yeah. And so he allowed to stay in New York and continued as the FBI informant. Hoover also shut down an investigation into the Hungarian-American group that Og had led, which was rapidly anti-communist and aligned with the FBI and anti-Soviet position. So
Hoover, he had an organization in America.
Yep.
Of Hungarians.
Yep.
Who were fascist and anti-communist.
Yep.
With the compliance of the FBI.
Yep.
Lovely. Carry on.
Yep. There would be fans of what's his name, Bon? What's the name of the Hungarian asshole over there now? The fascist Orban. Yeah. So what Hoover wrote about Og and his group was the group's leaders, quote, are known to have been connected with the Hungarian Nazi Party. Hoover admitted that the organization's, quote, exhorts its leaders to report all communist and subversive activities to the FBI, end quote. So they're really not those guys, but hey, they're helping us, man. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And Hoover's view was a priority not only in Og's case, but in other Nazi collaborators who also worked as FBI informants. As a result, Og never tried for visa fraud, and like our previous buddy John there, he died a free man.
Well, if your argument, if the argument for this program is that the Paperclip program, if the argument is that Stalin would have got these guys first.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that argument does not work if your primary value is as an anti-communist. Because Stalin would have no use for those guys.
Oh, he would have got them.
Yeah.
He would have got them.
Yeah.
And you have no use for a dead anti-communist, so you got to save them, Barry.
With the technology guys, you could argue then that you're taking it out of Russian hands, but these guys are just Nazis that you're using.
Definitely wouldn't want
Nazis.
You wouldn't want communists running around and trying to keep people from doing oligarchy and fascist things. So yeah. Anyways, our last champion here is Russian Vladimir Sokolov, aka Vladimir Saruman.
Do we have a photo of him? We do.
That's the only photo I got. This guy, I figured, well, after I read all this, you'll understand why I was kind of surprised I only found this.
That's photo. Like the cover of the Ingmar Bergman documentary about him.
Yeah. Ingvar was apparently a big supporter of Hitler, by the way. I don't know if you know
No, he
that.
wasn't.
Yes, he
Ingmar
was.
Bergman.
Yep.
My RC was.
Yes, he
I don't
was.
believe that for a
Yep.
second.
Feel free to Google this when we're done.
Maybe I will.
Skarsgård, what's his name from Andor,
Yeah.
said that he remembered him crying about Hitler being dead. It was in Variety this year. Anyways, uh, he was a senior editor and writer for Reich, a
Shit,
German-controlled,
you're right.
yep, German-controlled anti-Semitic Russian newspaper. His content was fiercely anti-Semitic with
Sorry, you're right. You're right.
condemnations. That's okay. I'm gonna kind of edit this term because it's fucking terrible, but with condemnations of quote bike Bolsheviks.
Like,
Now, I didn't say it doesn't say bike. It said a different word. I'm not going to say what it was. You can figure it out.
no,
The
I
Jewish,
can't.
the Jewish
Oh, you
conquest
mean
of the world. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay. The Jewish conquest of the world, supposed Jewish provocations of war, Jewish domination of Western countries, and the protocols of the elders of Zion. Got to bring that,
Protocols of the Elders of Zion.
Yep, got to bring
How could
back the
anyone
best
take
of, man.
that shite seriously.
Too many
I've seen
people
it.
did. Too many people did.
Absolute horse shit.
Right?
The Jews are secretly known. No, the Jews are openly doing whatever they're doing. There's nothing happening in secret.
Yeah.
I promise you.
But I always love that it's supposed to be this like secret cabal that wrote this document, right? That took down the minutes of their evil plan, and they're all Jew. They're all, which is already suspect, right? And they're all Jewish. They're all Jewish so much that whenever they mention Gentiles, and besides Gentiles, it says non-Jew.
Oh, to explain it. Yeah.
Right. Yes. Wake.
And then they
Nudge.
neatly packaged it in a little book and sent it out to all the Muslim countries.
Just rubbish. Anyways, other topics include the Russian Liberation Army and propagandists of the Osterbider slave camps. According to the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum, which I don't believe exists anymore because I think Trump probably did away with it, under the leadership of Mikhail Okin and Sokolov, Reich was likely the most anti-Semitic of all collaborative newspapers published on occupied territory of the Soviet Union.
How much do you hate Jews?
Yeah. After the war, Moscow placed Sokolov on its most wanted list, claiming that they had concrete proof that he had worked with the Gestapo as a propagandist and had personally identified Jews for execution.
No. Don't like that.
Yep. Much like Barry Weiss did with Palestinian folks. The FBI, on the other hand, considered Sokolov a sincere, outspoken anti-communist and potential source. So, hey, this kid's got potential, Barry. We got to bring him to the big leagues. He entered the U.S. in 1951. By 1956, the FBI reported described Sokolov as, quote, an individual of questionable wartime activities.
Okay.
I just love the whitewashing of all this. But recommended his continued use due to his value and penetration of Russian nationalist circles. Yep.
Right.
During the 50s, Sokolov worked for both Columbia University as a writer and the FBI Bureau of Investigation as an informant on the potential Soviet infiltrators and American chapters of the NTS. In 1959, he was hired by Yale University as an instructor in the Russian language. Quote, this is by historian Norman Goda. How a man with no high academic credentials suddenly procured such a prestigious position is a mystery. It is clear that the FBI used him as an informant while Yale possibly to report on Russian students. You think? Yeah. If Sokolov was spying for the U.S. intelligence agency, he was probably known as a Red Cap asset, a CIA program to collect information on Soviets living and studying abroad.
Red Cap?
Yep. The CIA, as well as the FBI, wanted to know if the Soviet alien was a KGB mole, and if not, whether he or she could be flipped. Red Cap assets were asked to collect information on selected targets.
Okay.
Besides a photograph and handwriting samples, Red Cap wanted a list of non-Soviet contacts, a description of personality, habits, and hobbies, her political vulnerabilities, and the planned date of return to the Soviet Union. Of particular interest of the Red Cap was information on extramural affairs that could be used for blackmail.
Of course.
Yep. In 76, multiple
And if you couldn't
Soviet...
find any, you'd get one.
Yeah, just make them up, do a honeypot. 76, multiple Soviet and Jewish newspapers raised alarms about Sokolov's past, following outcry by many of the members of the Yale faculty. He was put on leave for 18 months. Sokolov admitted that he had written articles but claimed he was forced to implement anti-Semitic content by censors and did not know Jews were being exterminated. The office, the OSI, founded in 79, began to attempt to denaturalize Sokolov, and in January 82, a trial opened with testimony from Holocaust survivor historian Robert Hertzstein, who stated that Sokolov participated in, quote, ideological and psychological warfare on behalf of the Nazis. Further evidence acquired from Soviet archives of the Gestapo files referred to him as the enthusiastic co-worker and trustworthy propaganda orator.
Yeah, that's not the word I want to hear when I'm hearing about a Nazi, is enthusiastic.
Right.
I want to hear that about Nazis. I wasn't too reluctant.
Yeah. Sokolov's defense lawyer, Brian Gilda, denied the charges leveled against Sokolov and argued that he had only been following orders.
Oh, God. The Nuremberg defense.
Yep. Claimed that he was a victim of Soviet smear tactics for his immigration status and claimed that he was a Zionist. Deferred all guilt on Michael Oetken, his partner, who allegedly...
He was in Twin Peaks, wasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking the whole time I saw this. He was allegedly alive and living in the United States as late as 79. That guy, by the way.
Okay.
And they also brought in Clifford Smith, a former displaced person commission official, to argue that Sokolov had been forced labor. During cross-examination, however, Smith admitted that he did not know Sokolov. So that's all bullshit.
He lied.
Yep.
Okay.
During his trial, attracted attention from several American conservative figures, and none was as big or more involved than William F. Buckley Jr.
Oh, Christ, this motherfucker.
Who is now getting his own fucking stamp. Because why the fuck not?
If you don't know anything about William F. Buckley Jr., go on, and if you listen to this podcast, you probably do. But if you don't, go on YouTube and watch any of his interviews and listen to him say one sentence. And you will understand why I'm just going to assume that Seamus hates him. And you will understand why I also hate him, just based on any sentence at all from any of his interviews. And there's hundreds of these things on YouTube. Just pick one and one sentence that he says, and I can guarantee you that will be enough to hate him. And that's how confident I am. Pick one at random from any of his interviews. The next sentence.
Just listen to his voice. It's
yeah, that's what I mean. It's his cadence. He's pretending to be English. Yeah. He's absolutely pretentious. Apparently, he used to speak like that in private as well. And he was the godfather to Howard Hunt's son.
Also the godfather to the modern conservative movement. So everything that's going on today, you can sit back to him.
There's the most famous one is probably between him and Noam Chomsky, where he doesn't understand anything Chomsky is saying to him because he comes back with things that don't make any sense at all. And Chomsky's trying to say, well, no, this is what I'm talking about. But even then, he sort of says, he's like a kind of like the way Calvin Coolidge used to talk, but that was Calvin Coolidge's accent. This guy's like on some weird fucking...
What do they call it? Mid-Atlantic or something?
Mid-Atlantic, but he can't even do that right.
Yeah.
A Mid-Atlantic is supposed to sound like one of these DJ type guys they have. He just sounds like a fucking prick.
Which he is, or was.
I mean, he is exactly what he sounds like. I have a lot of hate for this guy.
Yeah. There's many debates, but what he got kind of famous for is the debates between him and Gore Vidal.
Gore Vidal, where he got drunk and
called him
screeching at him.
He called him a homophobic slur, but I can't remember which one it was on live TV.
Yeah, he apologized for it.
Yeah, Paul Newman basically tried to assault him after that debate over.
Yeah. There's a fellow now. He's got a very punchable face, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
He also has a very punchable attitude. I think his biggest crime, I think, is that he's very, very smug.
Mm-hmm.
And he's very, very smug about some very, very wrong opinions he has.
Yep.
And opinions that are demonstrably incorrect, not just in my opinion, definitely wrong. Like he said a lot of weird stuff about Vietnam that was definitely incorrect. But he said,
I believe the term is smuggerant.
He's smug ignorant. Yeah.
Yes.
So go check him out on YouTube if you don't have enough hate in your heart for things.
Yeah. So he wrote a personal letter to President Ronald Reagan requesting his intervention on the behalf of Sokolov. Among Sokolov's other defenders were Alexander Schrenker, a Polish Jew, a Holocaust survivor who worked alongside him in Yale, Strobe Talbot, who was the future...
Wait. Why is this Holocaust survivor defending him?
Oh, because he liked working with him at Yale.
Okay.
So apparently this, Sokolov is pretending to be a Zionist guy, so he must be so good at bullshitting that this guy believes him.
Well, there's not a lot of daylight between Zionists and Nazis, is there?
Yeah, you got that right.
Go.
Strobe Talbot, future Deputy Secretary of State under Bill Clinton, who claimed that the charges against Sokolov were falsified and a total bullshit thing made by the KGB. Also, which I couldn't find out where current Chief Justice John Roberts also got involved, but he sought to keep Reagan and then Attorney General William French Smith from interfering. So
he was on the good side.
He was actually, which is kind of surprising. He is one of those broken clock people, though, so he does that every once in a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like Jimmy Carter, is he?
Yeah. In the end, no one intervened, and Sokolov's citizenship was revoked in 1986. The case was subsequently appealed to the U.S. District Court in Connecticut a year later, and then to the Supreme Court the same year. However, in 1988, Sokolov said, "Fuck this shit," and fled to Montreal. He went to a monastery.
I don't know. He fled to Montreal still as an American citizen.
Yep.
They didn't denaturalize him yet.
And applied for refugee status.
In Canada?
Uh-huh.
As an American or as a Russian?
I believe as American.
Okay.
This caused protest by Canadian Jewish
Congress.
Shit,
it caused protest.
Who accused the Canadian government of being very weak in response to Nazi war criminal, which they'll make up in 2024 whenever they give a Nazi war criminal a standing ovation in Parliament. But hey, Nazi war criminal living in Canada and urged immediate action. But hey, he just chilled out there and nothing much was done, and he died peacefully January 1992, less than a month after dissolution of the Soviet Union.
Lovely.
Yeah. May 31st, 2015. This is my other source for this. From the AP, in a report triggered by the Association Press, bragging on themselves, top watchdog at the Social Security Administration found the agency paid $20.2 million in benefits to more than 130 suspected Nazi war criminals, SS guards, and others.
Wow.
So I don't know if you asked this question before of how Hoover was paying for all these people without having them on the payroll.
Yes.
That's how he was doing it. Yep.
But what control does the FBI have over the Social Security Administration?
Buddy Hoover could have done fucking anything back then.
That's but it's such a weird
I know.
I mean, what the hell?
Yeah. Payments occurred between February 1962 and
does he make a phone call, or how did that even happen?
Probably just said, these are good people helping us. We need to pay them, or I don't know.
But that would be fine. But it didn't go through Congress.
No, it's through the Social Security Administration. They just probably took it. They did never acknowledge that they were actually war criminals, right? Remember, he obscured all that. So they just said, "Oh, these are refugees or people fleeing Nazi Germany." You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Said that the new case called for the No Social Security for Nazis Act to kick in. Yeah. Isn't it awesome they have to come up with this shit?
Yeah.
The report does not include the names of any of the Nazi suspects receiving benefits, although that comes later in this. The large amount of benefits and duration illustrate how unaware the American public was in flux the Nazi persecutors in U.S. with an estimated ranging from 10,000.
Yeah.
The report showed that 133 alleged or confirmed Nazis actively worked to conceal their true identities from the U.S. government, or with the help of the U.S. government, and still received Social Security benefits. AP found the Justice Department used legal loopholes to persuade Nazi suspects to leave the U.S. In exchange for Social Security benefits. If any of them gone voluntarily or simply fled before being deported, they kept their benefits. They kept their benefits. So whenever John, our previous mentioned guy, whenever he left and died in Germany, he was getting paid till his dying day from Social Security.
Yay! Thanks, taxpayer.
Yep. The IG's report said that 5.6 million was paid to 38 former Nazis before they were deported. 95 Nazi suspects who were not deported but were allegedly found to have participated in Nazi persecution received 14.5 million in benefits, according to this report.
You know, wait a second now. I've been mean to William F. Buckley Jr. here, right?
No.
Because he's a massive dingleberry. But I'll say this for him. He was educated, and he was able to put a sentence together.
Yeah.
He was
Unlike
able to.
some of the people today.
So what I'm going to ask you then is, who's William F. Buckley Jr. today? Because William F. Buckley Jr. can nail a sentence together.
Probably
Right?
Shapiro.
That's fair, right? To say
Probably
about
Ben
him.
Shapiro.
No, Ben Shapiro is not able to nail a sentence together. It comes out with this emotional gibberish. I'm talking about somebody of William F. Buckley's character. William F. Buckley was intelligent. He was just a dick. Ben Shapiro's not intelligent.
Bill Maher. He's very Bill Maher.
But Bill Maher can't. He doesn't. Bill Maher's got a comedian sense of timing, whereas William F. Buckley had more of a journalist sense of timing in his speech. Is there anybody with that level of kind of gravitas? I want to say.
I don't know. That's a good question.
That's
they all want that. They all want that, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
they would die for Trump, but
Jordan Peterson kind of opines for that kind of.
Jordan Peterson is educated.
Yeah,
but when he starts talking about these things, he can't put a sentence together.
No. Yeah.
He can put sentences together when he's talking about psychology, but when he's talking about anything else, he comes across as kind of whiny.
Even when he's talking psychology, he goes off the deep.
No, I've heard him give psychology lectures in the Toronto before all this kicked off. Before he had presented himself on the anti-trans stuff, his lectures were compelling and interesting. And I'd recommend them if you can find any Jordan Peterson's lectures before he lost his mind. They're actually good.
I'm good. I'm perfectly fine without listening to anything he has to say.
Well, he was good before he lost his mind. Same as Graham Linehan.
Yeah, although Linehan had some good supporting help that made that work. So
yeah.
You can't. I mean, you got not Matthew Berry, and who the hell played Father Ted? Who's no
Arthur Matthews.
Yeah.
Arthur Matthews is writing shows still. He writes Toast of London.
Yeah.
Which is a good show with Matt Berry.
Yeah. Yes, that's all I got.
Just
that now our Nazis are openly working in government, and everything's fine. We don't even.
And you, the American taxpayer, are paying for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, is there anything more recent we should discuss?
Where the hell is William?
I did it again.
That's okay. Hello, everybody. This is the What's News section of the show. In this part of the show, Seamus and myself put the FBI and the CIA into Google just like that, and we hit the news tab and see what these motherfuckers have been up to in the last week or so.
Hell yeah.
We have not seen these ourselves, so we're going to hear about it for the first time, just like you. Seamus, tell me what you have on the FBI.
Okay, so we talked about this once before, about that in The Blaze, which is Glenn Beck's network.
Say again?
The Blaze.
The Blaze, okay.
Yeah. Glenn Beck's network put forth this thing about the FBI agents being involved in January 6th.
Okay.
And then recently...
that's been dismissed, hasn't it?
Well, it's been brought up again.
Okay.
Blaze brought it up again, saying that there was 100 and some... Let me see what this has the number in this.
Look, that's not true, though.
Well, we'll get to it. 274 plainclothes agents in the crowd of January 6th is the claim. So it kind of went away. Then it got brought up again, and then Trump basically brought up again, saying that it's true now because apparently somebody showed him the Blaze because he played about who Glenn Beck was. But then people at the FBI and stuff had to basically admit that they didn't have agents. They most likely had basically informers or assets.
Okay, I believe that.
They might have had up to 24.
I believe that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's what Politico is saying now.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because I think it was on Truth Social the other day that Trump,
200 FBI agents in January 6th makes zero sense.
Yeah, the FBI had secretly placed 274 agents in the crowd. Rioters were storming Capitol to certify the Joe Biden election. Yeah, that's what Trump had said, but I said that's kind of nonsense.
Not what they were doing. They were not certifying the Joe Biden election.
Well, that's not, Then this week, the FBI fired I don't know how many agents here. It doesn't give me the list.
2.
But 20.
Oh, okay.
20 agents for kneeling at the iconic photo during George Floyd protest 5 years ago. So they're not allowed to kneel for George Floyd.
How's that a firing offense?
Fuck if I know.
Like, are they not allowed to have any political
They're,
commitments?
they're not allowed to be woke. They're not allowed to be woke, man. Can't be woke. Can't be woke, man.
I said hello to a black man today. You're fired.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Mm.
Speaking of a black man, former Bears quarterback
Not bears.
Charles Peanut Tillman says he quit his job at the FBI due to the Trump administration policies.
Okay.
So basically, everything about ICE and immigration, he just said, fuck this noise, I'm out.
So he left before they fired him as a DAI guy.
Maybe, but either way, good for him if he left. Probably should never have joined, but whatever. So Trump, I don't know if you saw this on Truth Social. I'm not saying you go on Truth Social, but it gets, regurgitated into Twitter. He tweeted this thing, which looked like he was supposed to be sending a text to Pam Bondi.
I did see that.
Yeah. And he
I'm
said,
not on Truth
enough's
Social,
enough. We need to go out.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to go and attack these people.
That's not the job.
Yeah, in this, he was telling her that they need to go after James Comey. Well, they indicted James Comey. And now pretty much Politico and others are reporting basically this is going to be a joke of a trial. So much so that James Comey's basically like, you want a trial, motherfucker, let's do this.
Like, I don't like James Comey. But
I don't either.
But he's competent.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting. Tom Homan, who's the border czar, back in 2024.
Currently, he's the current border czar.
What's that?
He's the current border czar.
Yeah, I believe he was appointed by Obama or Biden. I want to say it was Obama. It was Obama.
Okay.
Anyways, he was under investigation for accepting $50,000 in an undercover FBI sting.
This is back when $50,000 was a lot of money.
Yeah, but here's what's fucked up. The sting was done during the Biden administration.
Okay.
And this was like 2 months before the fucking election, and they decided to sit on it and not do anything about it.
What were they hoping to achieve by that?
I have no fucking idea.
Okay.
Just a lot of things in the Biden administration just said, well, the next guy will figure out, or Kamala's got it, no problem. Anyways, Trump
narrator Kamala did not have it.
Yeah, Trump told the GOG to shut it down, and they did. So now he's not under investigation.
Yeah.
So, we had another shooting. Actually, there was 2 shootings in the last 24 hours.
No.
But the one shooting I'm going to be talking about is the shooting involving ICE agents. Somebody opened fire on ICE agents, but only killed detainees.
Oh.
And then, supposedly, according to Kash Patel, left unspent shell casings, and it's clear that they're written in ink. But he said that they had them engraved, and it says anti-ICE on it. It's like, dude, come on. This is like the MS-13 tattoo.
Yeah.
It's just so just it's fucking terrible.
Like in this age of Photoshop and so on, we can do better.
Yeah. Also, he testified under oath that there is no Epstein files, there is no evidence, and yet we just had stuff leaked. Friday, naming a bunch of people involving it. So, is anybody going to do anything about these motherfuckers?
Can he be done for perjury?
Yeah, can we do
was
something,
it in court?
guys?
Was it a Senate hearing or was it a court case?
It was a Senate hearing, but he's still under oath, so he can still be charged. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then he should be.
Yeah. So, yep. So that's all I got. I mean, honestly, I'd probably give you 5 more, but I'm just going to cut it there. So just Google Kash Patel. I'm sure you can see a bunch of other things because he's just.
I want to Google him, then I'll see.
We could do a whole episode just doing what's new about Kash Patel. I mean,
we could. We've already done an entire episode with Kash Patel.
Yeah, but I mean, we'd just do like the
latest.
latest.
Do another episode with Kash Patel. What's Kash Patel up to this week? Where the hell is Kash Patel?
Yeah.
Anyway.
We'll have to change it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. All right. So tell me about the CIA.
I will tell you about the CIA.
Okay.
Now that you asked, I wasn't going to. This is from the Hindustan Times, always up to the minute.
Absolutely.
Jeffrey Epstein was CIA.
Sure he was.
The Donald Trump administration has been facing fire over the release of the Jeffrey Epstein files. The DOJ responded after a report stated that a senior official working with him acclaimed Jeffrey Epstein was with the CIA. The report of the DOJ official was shared by James O'Keefe, the founder of Project Veritas, which is a far-right activist group.
That fucking idiot.
Hmm.
He's also a sexual assaulter and prolific bullshit artist.
That doesn't say that here.
Yeah.
I would be very surprised if Jeffrey Epstein was in the CIA.
They try to always say he's an agent of Mossad. I don't know about that either, but
I don't think this.
I'd be less shocked if he was an agent of Mossad than he was a CIA, honestly, at this point. But
Next, we have the Syrian president al-Shara'a, who sit down with the U.S. general who arrested him. Al-Shara'a overthrew the former president Bashar al-Assad and ended the family's 50-year rule of Syria, which you can find out about in our episode Operation Timber Sycamore. And now they're just chatting away like they're best of mates.
Isn't that cool?
And did you send me the link about him saying that he was worried about him getting sleep?
Yep.
Yeah, Petraeus is all about this guy now. And this guy was in charge of the Syrian branch of Al-Qaeda. So now
wasn't he also in ISIS?
I'm not sure about that. I know he was in Al-Qaeda. He might have been in ISIS too.
It's always weird that they're like supposedly like super, anti-Semitic, but they never attack Israel. It's just weird.
Oh, that's not true. ISIS attacked Israel once.
Oh, really?
And they immediately apologized.
Oh, okay.
That's true. Please look it up. ISIS attacks Israel, apologizes. Google it. It's on all the reputable news sites, and that tells you exactly who these motherfuckers are. The only people ISIS kill are Muslims. Mm-hmm. Another one is, this is related to something you just said. President Trump has promised more indictments are coming after indicting former FBI Director James Comey this week. Trump's long list of enemies includes former CIA Director John Brennan, who is currently under investigation. John Brennan said, "I'm not going to be intimidated by the likes of Donald Trump." He's right too. And that is my CIA links. One spurious link of Epstein to the...
Should I read what I read to you before we started this? About what the administration is going to be targeted as indicators of violence.
Oh yeah, please do.
Yeah, so these are the people that they're going to go after. See if any of you are on this list.
No, explain where this document comes from.
So it targets Trump administration targets organizations or groups with individuals and entities whom the NSPM 7, which I believe is executive document,
something like
order,
that,
says identify the following as indicators of violence: anti-Americanism, anti-capitalism, anti-Christianity, support to overthrow the U.S. government, extremism on migration, extremism on race, James Brown to be fucked, extremism on gender, hostilities
Snoop Dogg is fucked.
Yeah, hostility. He's friends with Trump. He's okay.
He's got extremism on gender. I've heard some of his albums.
Yeah, hostility towards those who hold traditional American views on family, religion, and morality. Actually, come to think of it, I think Donald Trump might be an indicator of violence for some of these things. Now I'm reading this out loud.
But he doesn't count because he's the executive branch.
Well, I don't know.
But I was thinking, if you have to be a Christian now and extreme, like, I guess if your value system is going to be all pro-Christian and you're against extremes of religious ideology, then anything that's not Christian is going to be an extremist ideology. Like if you're a Muslim or a Hindu or like me, what would you call me, an atheist?
Yeah.
If you're like that, that's going to be an extremist ideology.
We're both
yeah, but you can get away with it.
How can I get away with it?
You're very likable, Seamus. You're not like me. People hate me. So,
yeah, right. They all hate you.
You're all right, yeah.
Yeah.
I have people stalking my Twitter, like, if you can believe that.
Oh, I'll have to talk to you about the stalker after.
Oh, this week?
Yeah, I have a stalker.
Again? Oh, you have a stalker?
I have a stalker.
Oh, lovely. That's nice.
Yeah, that's fun. Good times.
Welcome to my world. Won't you come on in? Yeah.
Anyways, and yeah.
That is our show.
That. Yeah.
And next time, can we break the?
Don't say who it's about, but we think we're going to do a founding feckheads next.
We're going to do a founding feckhead, and we're not going to mention James Monroe's name, but we might be doing a founding feckhead next. Okay, you could edit it out, dude. In the edit if you don't like that. Okay, no, don't edit it out. Just blank out the audio and make people lip read.
Yeah,
James Monroe. Of the beep doctrine,
possibly.
Yeah. We'll do our best, right? Promise nothing because I'm involved in writing this, so there's no guarantees. But
okay,
we'll do our best. See you in 2 weeks, guys.
Bye, everybody. Thanks.
Bye.
Be safe.